Hello there.
Welcome back to Jedi Knights. I'm your moderator, Christian Buckley. We're coming back from a break. Feels good to be back.
A little hiatus.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
I feel refreshed, recharged.
Me too.
One with the Force, as you might say.
Yes. Mike Connors is joining me once again.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure as always.
Oh yeah, the pleasure is all mine.
The last time we were in this room together, Jack joined us, Pat was here, and we were in here for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, and it was it felt like 2.
Sure. But yeah, Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. Went home, saw the fam.
Nice.
You know how it is.
You see those new TV promos for The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, and I also saw how it completely spoiled the end of Fallen Order.
Oh, okay. I was worried that you were
Oh.
going to say you got spoiled on Rise of Skywalker. I would have felt so bad.
No.
No, but yeah, I did hear about that, so beware if you haven't played Fallen Order yet. I got spoiled for that too.
Did you?
Not by the ad,
Oh.
by a YouTube thumbnail.
I was pretty upset when I saw that ad, actually. I was like, that
sucks. Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I tried to relax as best I could. So
And were you successful?
I played a lot of Death Stranding from the hours of midnight to 2 almost every night.
That's only 2 hours a day.
Yeah, but like it was steady. That was like my time.
All
Lit
right.
a candle, set the mood, had a glass of tea.
Nice.
It was nice and relaxing. So
Hopefully there wasn't any caffeine in that tea so late.
there
at
was
night.
not. It was sleepy time tea.
Gotcha. Was it the one with the bear?
The
on
bear in the rocking chair. Yeah,
That's the best one.
it's so good.
He looks so cozy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways, Jedi Knights at night once again. New lighting setup.
Yeah.
It's dark outside.
The production value has gone up by $1 million.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
So
Thanks to all Patreon supporters.
yeah. Pat will not be joining us today. Sadly, he's off on assignment. But we're talking Mandalorian because we got to catch up.
Yeah, we got 2 eps.
2 episodes Mandalorian. Mandalorian Chapter 3, The Sin, and Chapter 4, Sanctuary. Ideally, this is going up the day we record it, so we get back on track with everything. But I guess impressions first, starting with Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough because I always go to say Episode 3, but I know they want me to call it Chapter 3 because it confuses it with the actual Star Wars saga.
It's an episode.
It's an
It's
episode.
episode 3.
The Sin.
Yeah.
Directed by Deborah Chow, who is in charge of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And let me tell you, after this episode, incredibly confident in how good that series is going to be.
Chef kiss, baby.
Absolutely. This, I think, is my favorite episode so far.
You know, actually, it was my favorite episode. We'll get there.
That is good to hear.
Yeah, it was my favorite episode. I like this exponentially better than episode 2. I
Mhm.
thought episode 2 was kind of boring.
Yep.
A little bit, a little slow.
Yes.
But this was action packed.
Yeah. Episode 3, I enjoyed a lot because I think where episode 2, I liked it, and it did feel like a side quest in a video game.
It did, yeah.
Episode 3 was progressing the main plot once again. Mandalorian brought the child back with him to whatever planet they're on,
Whatever that is. Yeah.
In the Outer Rim.
I really have no idea.
to Carl Weathers, delivered the bounty to Werner Herzog's character.
Yeah, who's not yet named.
Oh, he isn't.
He's just the client.
Okay. I was worried because I was like, I'm trying to like pick up on names now. I have a handful.
Carl Weathers' character's name is Grief Karga.
Grief, okay. Grief and Grease, it's like messing with me.
I know, yeah.
So similar. This episode, I liked the color palette. Lots of grays and blues.
Okay, I have to say, I didn't really notice that.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but continue.
No, I just liked it because the first 2, we have a lot of it. The first one had some blues in it, but like episode 1 and 2 were a lot of focus on the desert.
Yeah.
Episode 3 still kind of had desert stuff, but it was like desert at night.
I know, yeah.
And yeah, just seeing the stealth aspects of Mandalorian's plot in this episode, I heavily enjoyed it.
You know, I think The Mandalorian has like such cool technology.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where he was kind of like zeroing in on the client's compound and like could see them and hear them
Yeah.
through the walls and stuff.
Predator vision.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. Like
Mhm.
we even see I think it's in this episode too, like footsteps. He can see footsteps.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's the first time we see that happen.
Yeah, I think it's this episode. Maybe it's the next one.
Yeah, it definitely is in the next one, but I
Yeah.
think they also do it in episode 3.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, raiding that compound felt like I was in a Star Wars version of Metal Gear. Loved it.
I've never played Metal Gear, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very cool.
Yeah, it's nice seeing the stormtroopers, like, or I don't know if we can even call them stormtroopers. Don't know if they're officially stormtroopers or just wearing the armor yet.
Yeah, people are saying that like they're Imperial, but so far I have there's nothing to believe that that's true.
Yeah,
Just the fact that he has like an Imperial like necklace,
right.
and like that it's just stormtroopers, but that's not enough for me.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like there could be some sort of swerve coming with that whole plot.
Yeah.
As we see in episode 4, that does not get progressed much so far. But as far as the tests they were running on Baby Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
what are we thinking there? Do we think that I know there's all these theories about the Empire trying to figure that out to clone Palpatine or something, or channel his midichlorians somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because the doctor in that scene
Mm-hmm. Didn't want to hurt it.
didn't want to hurt it. I also don't know if you noticed or heard. This is not something that I picked up on, so thank you for the internet for picking up on this. But he has like a patch on his arm
Mm-hmm.
that's similar to like the cloners of Camino.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So, just putting it out there. Maybe he's trying to clone Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see where this plot goes. As we discussed in episode 1, the first thing to my knowledge or my theory was shooting him through a portal back in time, through the world between worlds. I did see somebody else speculate that online.
Really?
I wanted to comment and be like, I thought of that in the podcast.
Then Link?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's 4 episodes left after the next one we're going to talk about in a bit. But I'm interested to see where that plot goes.
Yeah, it felt as though that the end of chapter 3 was kind of like the end of this season's like first act almost.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that same sort of feeling, I'm going to get the same sort of feeling after the end of episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it just felt like that.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
see what you're saying,
Yeah.
for sure. I talking about the ending of the episode, loved that shootout. Like when all the people came out with the trackers and like you slowly saw it spreading across the different locations throughout the settlement.
Mm-hmm.
All the bounty hunters getting their trackers going off. You're like, oh, I see what's happening. And they all converge. Carl Weathers walks up. They have that stare off.
Yeah, no.
Loved that.
The whole Mandalorian like tribe thing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved all of that in this episode.
Oh yeah, because they got a lot of progression done on their whole dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jon Favreau's character.
Oh, is he the big guy?
He's the big like heavy infantry.
The one with the jetpack?
Yeah, like the machine gun.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's Jon Favreau.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, his name's like Sar Vizsla or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think they talked a little bit about the Purge in this one.
They did, yeah.
They kind of expanded upon that a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We also got some more details on the Mandalorian's background.
Yes.
So his parents are killed by droids, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that might have been episode 4.
Was it?
It might have been.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I think it was when the armorer was like making his best car.
Oh, sure.
Thing.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I liked the armor upgrade once again. I love those scenes.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
Again, very video gamey.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of articles on fan sites being like, The Mandalorian's a video game. And it's like, it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, episode 2 is like a side quest.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I'd love a Mandalorian video game.
Yeah, I want that now.
Did you ever play Star Wars Bounty Hunter?
I have not. No.
I was on the PS2, PC, Xbox, whatever. You played as Jango Fett.
Okay.
Made me appreciate Jango Fett because I rank him above Boba Fett.
Really?
I think he has a cooler color scheme.
Okay.
I love green,
He's got
but like I like his armor more. I don't know.
So Jango Fett and Boba Fett, not actually Mandalorians, right?
I'm not too sure because I know they left whatever attachment they had to the Mandalorian. Um, as we learn in episode 4 of the series, if you remove your helmet in front of people, can't put it back on.
Right.
Django didn't give a damn about that.
I mean, that could vary through tribes, though.
Yeah, sure. That very well could. But it could also be dependent on the fact that he abandoned that life.
It's true. Yeah. I think. I mean, I don't know, but I think Jango Fett was like born on Conquered Dawn, which is like in the Mandalore system. So
Okay.
there's a possibility that he might be a Mandalorian. I don't know, just food for thought.
I think ever since I saw that behind the scenes set photo of Boba Fett unmasked in Jabba's palace, just the guy with the giant walrus mustache.
Yeah, that.
Come on. Jango Fett's cooler.
Yeah, I don't know. Boba Fett kind of.
Yeah,
it's like-
we know you have hot takes about Boba Fett.
He does like a little
Wimp.
Wimp, yeah.
Anyways, Mandalorian, I love when they all show up to support him because it shows the bond of that tribe, you know, because they were so focused on their secrecy and maintaining their hidden cover because only one of them was allowed out at a time.
This is the way.
This is the way.
I
Any
love that, by the way.
yeah. Any closing thoughts on episode 3? Because I really did enjoy it. I loved the action. I loved the shootout at the end. Seeing the Mandalorians show up was very cool.
I think we're missing a very important part of this episode. The Mandalorian himself, as a character,
Oh yeah,
like completely changes forever.
yeah.
He puts away his bounty hunter past and saves Baby Yoda's life.
Yeah. I really like the progression of Mando so far. And we're going to have a deeper discussion about that when we talk about episode 4.
Right. Yeah.
But I think every episode has done amazing things for making me care, empathize, and be invested in a faceless character.
That's the thing that I worried about the most before this series started. I wasn't sure how long it would take for the Mandalorian to take off his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's pretty slow moving on that front.
Mm-hmm.
But Pedro Pascal does a great job
just
showing emotion through his body language.
And his pauses. Because, like, the amount of time it takes for him to respond sometimes, like, you can tell what his expression is, you know? Like, if he's looking at Baby Yoda and Baby Yoda's, like, just doing something dumb, like, ripping something out of the ship, and, he, like, you can tell what vibe he's giving off.
Yeah.
Just by the pauses before he's like, don't touch that.
There are also, he does sigh a lot. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
Great character.
He's got no face.
Better than Boba Fett.
I think the Mandalorian's better than both Jango and Boba Fett.
I have no reference on Sabine from Rebels.
Oh, yes, Bean Ren.
She's also Mandalorian, right?
She's Mandalorian.
So my ranking officially goes Mando, Jango Fett, Boba Fett.
Yeah, so actually, we were talking about the whole helmet thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this is chapter 4.
We can get into chapter 4. I'm pretty much solid on episode 3 because it was a few weeks back.
It was a few weeks back.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to talk about the mystery now that we know where the series progresses with episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 4, I watched a few days after it came out just because of holiday busyness, but I saw a lot of people tearing this episode apart.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't see that.
I saw a lot of people on my timeline being like, "Oh, it's so slow. It's so boring. I wouldn't care if this wasn't only an 8-episode series." And I was like, this could be an overreaction.
Yeah.
I watched it. I know I said episode 3 was my favorite. This is up like right next to it.
So is episode 3 still your favorite then?
It's hard because the thing is, like, after I watched it, I was texting one of my friends and I was like, I think this is my favorite episode because, one, it's like set piece moments aside, from a story level, it is the most Western so far.
Yeah, for sure. It felt like Star Trek to me, kind of.
Yeah, even that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get introduced to this conflict in this remote place.
Yeah.
And by the end of the episode, all wrapped up with a bow.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It even starts like a Star Trek episode. honestly, with like the POV from the ground and stuff.
I'm not super familiar with Star Trek, but I will trust you.
Yeah. So some of the Star Trek episodes start like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I just loved it so much. This one was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah. Has she ever directed anything before?
She has. I'm not familiar with her IMDb list.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. Maybe you knew.
But she is the second woman to direct live-action Star Wars, following Deborah Chow from the episode prior.
Yeah.
And I think the first time that the child of another director has directed Star Wars as well, because her father, Ron Howard, directed Solo.
I didn't make that connection until right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Breaking ground on Star Wars, Bryce Dallas Howard is.
I think she did a great job.
Me too.
It felt like Star Wars.
It did. Yeah, man. I just love, because that story, it's so basic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Going to some tribe, they're defenseless. There's this conquering force that's using machine weaponry to try and take them over. And this rogue shows up, defends the village, treated like a hero. That's so simple. It's so basic. We've seen it a million times, but I loved it.
I also think that I like the character relationships in this episode as well. We get introduced to Cara Dune.
Love her.
Yeah, Gina Carano's character. So cool.
What a badass background. She's an ex-shock trooper.
Yeah, she's an ex-rebel shock trooper.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think she says something like, after the war, like it started to get a little political for her, so she bounced, right?
So yeah, I think where she comes from, she was a shock trooper for the New Republic, but as it started progressing, she dipped out.
Yeah, they made her. I think she said they made her do like things
like bodyguards for political people or something.
And she was like, nah.
Yeah. Loved her character.
Yeah, I think the beginning when you first see her and she thinks that she's the Mando's bounty.
Yeah,
is so cool.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
I love their relationship. They're really solid.
Yeah, they work so well together, the both of them.
And that brings up a note that I have on here. I really hope that a lot of these supporting characters come back throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, so far like we see like IG-11
once.
We saw
Carl Weathers has showed up a few times because he's the quest giver.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna show up again. Yeah. But like Werner Herzog's character,
I bet he's like in two more, maybe the finale and like one time before it.
He's got to be in another one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, it seems a little weird to me.
Yeah. And if this just turns into like a slice of life show about Mando and Baby Yoda, cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what it is, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Yet. Also, Khalil, right? The Ugnaught character on the desert planet.
You know his name more than I do. I still wrote down I have spoken guy.
I have spoken guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really solid, strong Star Wars characters that have a great back and forth with the Mandalorian, and I hope they return.
Me too, for sure.
Even if it's not just like boarding the ship, at least running a few missions with each other again.
Yeah, what did you think about? I don't want to call her like the Mandalorian's like love interest, but I guess like she kind of is.
Yeah, there was definitely a connection between them.
Yeah.
That they were pushing hard throughout the episode. I thought it worked fine. I thought it was mainly I liked her role within this ecosystem. I thought it was a nice way to compare the parent-child relationship with her child and Mando and Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good pairing. I feel like a lot of her stuff was relegated to just acting as a way to flesh out Mando's backstory a little bit, which they got to do it somehow, you know?
Yeah, they have to do it somehow. It's just like The Mandalorian was written in a way in this episode to kind of like really like viscerally react to everything that she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
At one point she says like, don't you want to like take that off and just like stay here forever and raise him here? And he says something along the lines of like, I would want like nothing more than that.
Yeah, so question for you. Yeah. I probably could have rewound to like figure this out, but I think they imply that they've been there for a while.
Yeah, they do.
Like a couple months,
Not a couple of months.
maybe a few weeks,
A few weeks.
maybe a month.
Probably like a month.
Because I think Kara might say the word month. I think month was spoken.
Well, no, the Mandalorian says like we after that big like fight against the ATST and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's him and Cara Dune talking, and the Mandalorian says something along the lines of like, we raised a lot of hell here a few weeks back.
Okay, that's probably what I was thinking.
Yeah, and so it kind of shows that time jump.
Yeah. So that got me thinking though. Do you think that we might get like another time jump throughout this season? Maybe a significant time jump?
Like define significant.
Maybe like a year.
I think that's a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a month again.
Okay.
But it didn't even really feel like a time jump, you know?
It didn't. That's why I was so lost. I was like, oh, they've been living here for like a life.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Obviously, bounty hunter finds him. Tries.
That was the most stressful moment in TV history.
I honestly, I thought he got him.
I thought they were gonna do it.
Because the thing is, this show, like, we just talked, there's 4 episodes left now.
Yeah.
I really do. Because the thing is, we didn't progress that mystery at all that we were talking about in episode 3 with the Doctor, Werner Herzog's character, the purpose of Baby Yoda, what happened to Baby Yoda. So when I heard that blaster go off, I was like, is this going to turn into a revenge show?
Yeah, oh, they did it, huh?
Yeah. But, yeah, Kara shoots him, right?
Yeah,
That's who got him?
in the back.
Yeah. I was kind of like, just because of the nature of her character as acting as a mercenary, I was worried that she might pick up the thing and be like, oh, wanted, huh? Because she wanted a bigger payout for that job to start with.
Right, yeah.
So I was a little worried about that, but I'm glad she's tight with Mando.
Yeah, I think she has a good moral compass.
Yeah.
So far.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the Mandalorian's ever gonna take off his helmet? Because they kind of play with that a little bit, and I want to go back to this because Sabine Wren takes off her helmet unless she's in combat. Then she puts her helmet on.
Okay.
She's a Mandalorian. She can take her helmet off. I'm thinking maybe after the war they were forced into hiding. They changed their ritual.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a different tribe. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'm not up to snuff on my Mandalore lore.
Yeah.
But
do you think he's gonna take it off?
I like the way they did it in this episode because I think they're doing such a good job with characterizing him without showing his face that I don't think I need them to, and I'd be cool with it if they didn't. The implied moment both times where he rested on the windowsill to eat and when she starts taking it off, I'd be cool if that was it.
So you just get those kind of moments.
Yeah. And like we don't do that again.
I see.
Because I like based on the ending of episode 3, I still think that he like feels a strong tie to his clan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that him ditching his life as a bounty hunter to save Baby Yoda was also him ditching his life as a Mandalore.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
He seems...
They saved his life. Like, he owes them at least, you know?
Yeah, he seems more committed than ever, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, he even said, like, this is the way to that woman.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, I don't know.
I would be okay if they didn't.
Yeah.
The only thing is like, I really want to see Pedro Pascal, like, his face as he's beating up people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like he's too good of an actor to just like waste.
Okay.
On not showing his face.
Do it, but if he's scarred, I'm out.
What do you mean scarred?
Like how many times are we gonna do a thing where it's like they wear a mask the whole time, they take it off, and it's like, oh, I'm scarred.
Oh, I doubt it.
I hope not, because the thing is, like, I like the fact that he's like doing it because he's committing, you know. Not because he's trying to hide something.
I think he's just like an uber religious.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's interesting to me.
That
like,
is so interesting.
Give him like you can give him like a scar. I just mean like don't be like missing an eye or something.
Yeah.
It's like it's Pedro Pascal.
Pedro
like make it Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's too beautiful to be missing an eye.
Yeah.
Like that's good.
Yeah. Anything else? The bar scene. I like the bar scene.
Yeah, that was-
Cafe scene, actually. I'll call it a cafe.
yeah. I don't know. It was a little weird. But
Broth.
yeah, bone broth.
That's
right?
the meme of the episode. Yeah.
Sipping the bone broth.
Baby Yoda sipping the bone broth.
That
I-
is a great meme.
I
though.
love that trend.
That's
Every week we
such-
get a new Baby Yoda meme.
That's such a good meme.
It's so nice.
Did you see the Did you see the thing floating on Twitter? It's the scene of Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian in
The
the
ship.
Razor Crest, which is his ship,
Mm-hmm.
and Baby Yoda's like pressing the buttons, but it's like it's playing like music.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Get Low, I think. I don't know.
That's a good template.
Yeah, that is a good template.
That's very good. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that episode.
I'm digging this whole series so far.
Me too. In retrospect, I think episode 2 is the weakest so far. Not by much, but yeah, I think every episode has been good to great.
I have to say I've watched all of the episodes, like, at least 3 times each.
Oh wow,
Except for the second one. I watched
Okay.
it one time and I was like, no,
that's fair.
not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to rewatching these episodes once we get closer to the finale, because I'm really enjoying it so far, and they're like tight enough where even if I'm not like super focused, having it on in the background is like, this is a show with good vibes that I would like to revel in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do we want to rank these episodes?
Ooh, do we want to rank these
Or
episodes?
score them?
Oh,
I guess
score them. Yeah, we can.
We-
yeah.
we can maybe rank towards the finale.
Towards the end we can rank, but
The Sin.
yeah, we would out of 5, out of 10.
I've been doing that out of 10
All right, I'll do that.
on a
10.
20-point scale.
I'll do that.
So 9.5, 10, 9, 8.58.
Okay.
I as far as like the scale of like everything I've ranked so far goes, episode 1 I'm not counting, because episode 1 great as it's a 10 as a pilot,
Yeah, it's one of the best pilots I've ever seen.
100%.
Yeah.
But as far as like what a 10 means, yeah, you know,
I don't really know what a 10 means in the context of this show yet. I don't think I've seen enough of it
sure.
to be like, oh, that's a 10.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. The Sin, I will give a 9.5,
All right.
and Sanctuary I will also give a 9.5.
All right. Fair enough.
I enjoyed both of them thoroughly for different reasons.
I also enjoyed both of them. I thought they were extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to rank them, chapter 3, 9, and chapter 4, 9.5.
Nice. I was floating around that, but yeah, it's just that ending of 3 that ends so well, and I think like what you said about it being an arc, I thought it was a very strong conclusion to that arc.
I agree, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a great episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I just liked the contained story that chapter 4 was,
Yeah, it's so good.
but it didn't feel like a side quest.
Yeah.
But kind of, but a little.
It was
different.
self-contained. It worked. Did a lot for the characters.
Did a lot for the characters, and it introduced new characters.
I think Bryce Dallas Howard may have a second episode this season.
I don't know. I know the next episode, chapter 5, is directed by Dave Filoni.
Taika's episode is the finale.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a good one.
yeah. It's a JoJo Rabbit Star Wars crossover, actually.
Baby Yoda's imaginary friend is Darth Vader.
Exactly.
That's where we're going. Before we wrap up this Mandalorian discussion, though, I wanted to ask you: did you see that debate on Twitter about like, is it a Western, is it a samurai inspired thing? Because Kurosawa, samurai films inspired the format of Westerns, and some guy was like, actually, it's a samurai inspiration. It's like someone who worked on the show was like, it's a Western.
I don't know. It's like what came first, chicken or the egg, right? Like,
I mean, Kurosawa came first, but Western like that,
I don't know.
like because like that format I get,
Yeah.
but the music, the shot composition, the overall tone of it all, the story of this episode specifically,
It certainly
it's a Western, baby.
It certainly feels like a Western more than a samurai film.
Yeah.
But you know, it's unique in its own way.
Yeah, just like Star Wars.
And that's what we want out of Star Wars.
Yeah. And Star Wars, I would say, is basically samurai meets Western, because you got the Jedi samurai and then the Han Solo Western.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been like that.
Yeah. So Mandalorian's great.
Yeah, the Mandalorian rules. Disney, take notes.
Season 2's coming.
Keep doing it.
So that's going to wrap it up for our review of the prior 2 episodes of Mandalorian. This is going to be going up as soon as possible.
That's
If you're,
up to you.
yeah, it is. If this is already up on Thursday, then tomorrow you can catch our review and ranking of The Force Awakens. Next week, we will have Mandalorian Episode 5 and The Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for a 4-hour episode, guys.
I'm prepared. I'm not. If you enjoyed this, though, you can find us on podcast services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/joyclicks if you want to see our new lighting.
Yeah.
That may stick around, may not.
I dig it.
Me too. Mike, if you would like to plug your Twitter, anything you're working on, anything at all, go for it.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mike P. Connors. I've become a tad more active on there,
You have.
but, you know.
That cheese tweet? Good.
Thank you. I have work to do, though, guys.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Chris and Buckley. Patreon.com/joyclicks is a place you can go if you want to fund shows like this, get ad space for shows like this, and have some other cool information.
Or if you just want to show your support.
Yeah, because we appreciate all of it. And until next time, this is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah.
General Kenobi.